The contribution is our top Bobby point. As the coronavirus and confirmed spread, the parents will lead the briefing for the next hour of chemistry. Nicola said we'll give her briefing. We'll call to Hollywood and get the first update on what she's going to. She's also hold a cabinet, an emergency cabinet meeting. Still, people with power storm ballot hit us. As Prime Minister supposed to put up with many MPs. So now we move on to the basic this is the process of the hospital. Sir Jones has been back in the hospital.
Oh! Jack Jones is there on Friday night as well.
Saturday. What was he doing Friday?
Jack Jones on nothing, Jack Jones.
We go on Saturday to see him.
Ciao.
Aye.
No. Ciao.
Added to, but there was around about a 300% increase in hospitalizations over the last
Stop. So the school does not have an electronic room outside.
I'm finally just on snacks. Oh no, that's my whole man. Well, it's time for my hair.
As you can see, when you look at the absolute count or the percentage, this is going up incredibly fast now. And as the Prime Minister has said, this is doubling at this point in time. It may slow down, and the aim of the measures announced by the Prime Minister is to slow things down. But it's doubling currently between 2 and 3 every 2 and
Aha, sorry.
Leave me alone.
No more to just out here. Have you watched the Prime Minister? It's time for a coronavirus briefing news with Keating Gabby. We're going to a coronavirus briefing news special. The virus will go to Plan B with tough measures, including vaccine passports and even working from home, because that's been briefing any taken now. For other headlines, as the Prime Minister protests to all his family and members of Parliament for lying about Christmas party health, but they didn't want to protest back unless he gave a reason why he was sorry. A storm Barry hits Barrett, a student and Cleveland has still got still severe weather warnings in place. And finally, Sarah Jones is back in her ward after the first night in intensive care, and will have to say in just under 55 minutes.
some sort of challenge, but that challenge is the same sort of challenge that you'll see year on year with other things as well over time. Can I just add to that, because I completely agree. We're in a sort of transition period from a point when the pandemic first hit, 2020, where we had to rely entirely on social measures and have no medical countermeasures. We will get to a stage where we have multiple countermeasures, lots of different types of vaccines, antivirals we currently don't have, a whole variety of others, which is the way we have dealt now with very many infections.
Well, hi, we wanted to across to Hollywood. And when Nicholas will give a very statement. She's holding a cabinet briefing for the last 15 minutes or so, and she's come out of that with tough coronavirus restrictions. So we will hear from her secretary in just after the segment. And then please, you will wish you want to have a button, please hit the ask a question button, and you can hit red when you ask a question, and then hit green when she's answered it. I'm not going to negotiate this because I've been negotiated. Thank you, Mrs. Speaker. And I can tell you the situation we're in now is a bigger threat than we were last year. Today can report a total of 24,300 cases reported of Omicron. Deaths have reached a total of 250 deaths been reported, and this is for people who died. Deaths to today 1,900. Mrs. Speaker, of course, we now know perfect him. It's quite unstateable. Oh, come on today, I will announce Plan C, which is school closures and much more. Mrs. Speaker, for federal schools, for 32-hour schools are more compulsory, which means children have less of that learning, and I can't stress this enough. From Friday, schools here in Scotland will close their gates, 3:40 closed for South Week, but the rest of schools will close their gates from Friday. Masks will be worn out in cinemas, theatres, bowling alleys, churches, even art galleries to stop the spread of the Omicron variant. Vaccine passports will turn, which is a big lineup for people here in Scotland. You have to people been vaccinated double jobs, and you've had at least a booster. If you haven't had a booster yet, you're not allowed in. Maybe we move to Scotland to travel. And people coming in from 9 countries affiliated to the red list will have to take 2 PCR tests. That's in a approved hotel. And you should get your results in under 20 or 30 or 35 minutes. You should get your results in under 20, 30 or 35 minutes of proving you've been vaccinated. Nightclubs, cinemas and theatres will all now be strict. Customers will have to wear face coverings in them. They will have to wear masks except when they're eating, drinking, singing or dancing or laughing in cinemas and theatres. We now extended how many people are allowed in a nightclub. 5,000 people will be in a nightclub at a time now, so we're limiting people going. So 5,000 people will be in a nightclub at a time to stop the spread of the variants. Football stadiums, you have to prove you've been vaccinated and tested regularly, negative tests to get in. So compared to little stadiums with 1,000 people, medium-sized stadiums with 4,000 people, and big stadiums have already had Old Trafford and Wembley for 10,000 people. as the Heredity comes in Rangers. I will announce that Glasgow Rangers. The Europa League match between Man United and Rangers United will be behind closed doors. And Rangers and Man United will be behind closed doors. For music, 1,000 in a medium-sized stadium, 5,000 people and 10,000 people in a big stadium. And Mr. Speaker, I can't stress this enough. But work from home where possible from Friday. The social distance will be replied also from Friday. These instructions will be clear each month. But schools will travel for masks and for fucking Christmas. Well, thank you, Mr. Speaker. I commend the statement to the House. I will now call the House Secretary. House Secretary.
No. He's ready. Charlie!
dining room and get some new pants for your brother off the pile. See, no one else is helping me. I can only do when I've just wiped his fucking ass and I washed my hands. Now I need a wee. You found him?
I think until then, it's probably not great to speculate. The exception to that is that there's a very small group, but a very important group of people who got.
Did you get the pants, Charlie?
We're giving 3 doses to as their.
Yeah, that is.
We've now got vaccine designs that allows you to alter them quite easily and to make, as Chris said, sort of multivalent or polyvalent vaccines against different variants in one go. Those are going to provide breadth of coverage in the future. When they'll be needed, we don't know. We've also got antiviral drugs coming through now. 2 have been reported recently, which have good effects. So there are increasing number of options.
You've been in a lot of trouble if you haven't
Is important going back to the science point. Say's met last week, and met again yesterday. On both occasions, saying that this is spreading rapidly. You don't just watch it spreading rapidly. You need to do something, and that isn't just the boosters. The boosters are incredibly important, but it's also about trying to reduce the possibility of spread, which means.
You didn't say that, did you? That people passports are quick in their head.
Thank you. Emilia Casalici from Politico.
Thanks, Prime Minister. You just suggested that scientists could extend this probe beyond.
Show Dad. Show Dad your hot pink pants.
The Secretary for the Department of Education today said that party that happened in DFE, they apologised for.
The only reason he's alright is he's not getting changed
It's
his name.
not flexible. So would you encourage scientists to look at all allegations of all parties that might have happened in Downing Street last year? And also, would you commit to the inquiry being published before the end of the year? How quickly would you like to see it done?
Yeah.
And then I've got a question for the scientists, maybe all 3 of you. Obviously, you've just announced new restrictions, including a recommendation from work to work from home. In the fact that we're here doing this now, not a mark of failure, we should have fixed the roof while the sun was shining, surely, with the pandemic. Prepare the vaccine booster rollout so it could be done at lightning speed. Instead, it's been quite slow to get this new part of the rollout sorted. Actually created a proper world-beating test and trace system, but it feels like we're still not quite there yet as well. We went through devastation last year, but it feels like we still haven't completely learned our lessons. And we're going to learn, because next time we might be hit by a virus that's much more dangerous than a pandemic. So are we going to be actually ready by then?
I mean, just trying to get Emilia, can I just get back on some of the things you've just said? I think it's worth people bearing in mind that there are a lot of countries in our immediate neighbourhood that have got restrictions already far tougher than ours and tougher than the ones that we're asking people to implement now, much tougher. And I think people should also bear it, and that's because we have the fastest vaccine rollout in Europe, Emilia, just to remind you that. And it is also the case, apart from having a sluggish vaccine rollout, what we've now got is, I think, 21 million people having the booster. We've now got 21 million people. In the news conference. Today at 6, the fallout continues after that Downing Street video appearing to make fun of a party during lockdown. Claire Tenney, seen laughing with colleagues on the video, was emotional today. She resigned a short while ago.
To all of you who lost loved ones, who endured intolerable loneliness, and who struggled with your businesses, I am truly sorry.
That video, dating from a year ago, has brought calls for Boris Johnson's resignation, but he still claims that the party didn't happen. I apologize unreservedly for the offence that it has caused up and down the country, and I apologize for the impression that it gives.
Millions of people now think the Prime Minister was taking them for fools, that they were lied to.
Now, we are expecting a news conference in Downing Street on extra COVID measures for England. We'll join that as
points you put there, and I'll try and give a very short answer. Short version of pandemic, of course, we have to plan ahead, but remember that every pandemic is different. The last pandemic was as bad as this one, and I can certainly say.
Warm welcome to BBC News at 6, which comes today from the BBC headquarters in Salford in Greater Manchester. Now, Boris Johnson has faced more calls for his resignation today, following the emergence of that video which has caused shockwaves at Westminster and much further afield. The video showed his staff joking about a Christmas party last December during the strict lockdown, when many families were unable to visit their loved ones. Allegra Stratton.
It's somehow a failure, I think, is a misunderstanding of the biology. So speaking as a doctor, you expect problems to occur. When they occur, you address them scientifically and rapidly. And if I can just make one plea on behalf of my colleagues who do the operational side, whether in the NHS or elsewhere, quite a lot of those, I'll put this mildly as I can, quite a lot of those who say things are ridiculous as getting so slowly have not got as much experience of running national programs as maybe they might want to have to make those kind of comments. Absolutely, these things are difficult, and I think the people who are doing it are doing it magnificently personally.
Taken the time taken by such a statement. A substantive motion without notice to only be moved with a concurrent. So I'm now going to put the question. The question is, the amendment be made? As many of the other opinions say aye? Contrary, no. The ayes have it. The ayes have it. I now call the Secretary of State for Health, Sajid Javid, to make the statement.
Mr. Speaker, with permission, I'd like to update the House on the COVID-19 pandemic. We're working night and day to understand more about the Omicron variant. There's still a lot to learn, but some important data.
And large venues from next week. Face coverings will also become a legal requirement in most public indoor settings, including theatres and cinemas, but not bars and restaurants. That from Friday, and the guidance is that people should work from home if they can from Monday. Deputy Political Editor Sam Coates was listening to all that. So, Sam, some big announcements there, but the question certainly overshadowed by this whole issue of the Christmas party.
That's right. Britain, England enters Plan B. So that is 4 points from Friday when it comes to masks, from Monday when it comes to working from home. A couple of key concessions from the Prime Minister. He said that the vaccine passport, which you're going to have to
we published at the time of the G7, that was precisely about trying to make sure all of the paths, from surveillance through to rapid production of vaccines and therapeutics, through to what needs to happen for finance, getting this across the world, and equitable access, can be improved right the way across the world, so that for any new infection going forward, there is a roadmap to try and get this done more quickly and more efficiently than was possible this time.
And so I think making sure that 100-day mission, which the G7 endorsed, is something that really is taken up right the way across the world, is going to be crucially important.
Good, thanks everybody, thank you.
Let's bring in our political correspondent Jonathan Blake, who's watching and listening. And Jonathan, outlining their plan B for England and talking about Christmas as close to normal as possible, which isn't quite what they were saying a few days ago when they said to the government that it was going to be a great Christmas.
No, things have clearly changed, Ben. As you heard the Prime Minister there announcing those measures, he says that moving to Plan B is the proportionate and responsible thing to do now in England, and that is in the face of, I think, what is pretty acute.
We'll leave the coronavirus statement from Nicola Sturgeon. We'll cross quickly to Glasgow. Of course, John James. As I said, it's kind of a wonderful. She's got a plan C, which is closing schools down. Do you think closing schools down is the right way of that for Scotland now? Okay. But do you think the time is right to go forward and make changes? Okay. But COVID passports would be not mandatory going to cinemas, theatres, nightclubs, and even into live events like festival, music, or entertainment venues. So why did Nicola Sturgeon announce that step of that step, James? She said coming away from Friday, possible. So facing new restrictions coming into force on Friday. School closures. Masks to be worn in all indoor settings in cinemas and theatres. Work from home from Friday. But the socially distance, for 2-meter rule for social distance returning France. The very key points, very key announcements in Friday. School closures, work from home, wear masks in indoor settings, and for 2-meter rule, social distance rule. There for 4 points, and they will all come into force on Friday, which means schools is going to be closed Friday for at least the rest of this term. Kevin, my name is James Coffey from Glasgow. Well, for the moment, we'll have been in this time. You will hit 10 people with smooth working from home, vaccine passports, and indoor settings for wear masks and distance. And you could announce more measures on vaccine passports or within cross. We will cross to Westminster and join. We will go to the 10 where Jonathan Blake said, Jonathan, tell me restrictions. We've already tightened restrictions in Scotland, so what are we going to see here in the UK?
accordingly. So no real further comment from the Prime Minister, as I say, beyond what he said earlier on today. But there is, of course, a tension then between whether these new measures that the government has been announced will be as meticulously followed by the public and how people will view them in light of everything else that's happened.
Jonathan, thank you very much indeed. Jonathan Blake there, our political correspondent in Downing Street. Much more on all those developments throughout the evening here on BBC News. First, let's look at the weather, though, with Louise Lear.
Hello there. The weather story is gradually quietening down as we go through the evening and overnight. A storm barrel quietly leaves out.
It's 7 o'clock. I'm Dermot Murnahan. This is Sky News Tonight. Top story: Plan B for coronavirus after Prime Ministerial apology over that part.
It's now the proportionate and the responsible thing to move to Plan B in England, while continuing to work closely with our colleagues in the devolved administrations. So we slow doubling time of Omicron in the UK could currently be between 2 and 3 days.
Mask rules are changing. COVID passes will be mandatory at nightclubs, and people are being told to work from home if they can. Scientists are worried that without restrictions, 1,000 people could be hospitalised a day by the new year. There's another big story at Downing Street. Boris Johnson's former press secretary and still advisor until today has resigned over this video in which he jokes about a Christmas party during lockdown.
To all of you who lost loved ones, who endured intolerable loneliness, and who struggled with
Okay, so this is good. Type in messages at the right way. Now, of coronavirus.
The government says it's now investigating, despite repeatedly saying it never happened. And Pfizer said 3 shots of their COVID vaccine is effective against the Omicron variant, but 2 doses may be compromised. Welcome to Outside Source. Within the past hour or so, it's been confirmed that all parts of England will be subject to a new set of COVID measures to try and combat the rising number of cases of Omicron, which is the latest variant of coronavirus. Plan B, as this is known, was intended to be enforced if the National Health Service in England was under unsustainable pressure, and it seems that time has now arrived. The plan includes the reintroduction of some social distancing measures and making the wearing of face masks compulsory in some settings. UK governments also asking people to work from home when that's possible, and will be introducing vaccine passports for entry to some places and events. But first of all, here's the British Prime Minister Boris Johnson announcing this shift to Plan B at a press conference.
Even more this logic of exponential growth could lead to a big rise in hospitalisation sadly in
Well, we will go now.
and that's why
This is a walking shot because Paris is speaking. Thank you for joining us. It's been a year ago today that we gave out our first COVID-19 vaccine to a woman aged 33. But today, sadly, for Omicron variant is still spreading closer, as there's now been reported 22 cases of Omicron in South Africa. That's been a boost of 13 today. Also, we've seen that there have been a number of 60,000 new coronavirus cases here in the UK, which is not a spike in here, and that's quite the worry here in the UK because Plan B starts with the NHS and the hospital will be overwhelmed, which means that there could be over 1,000 just by the new year and by the end of this year. We can't let that stop us in the race of vaccinating people. I announce residents of other places are next in line to be given a booster, a jab, and that's obviously quite concerning. People are not eligible and can't book it online. Go to the NHS website. Go to the NHS. Go to the NHS. Or go to the NHS website or go to the Society website where you can book it and get it as soon as possible. Well, what people in the UK are still hoping that message won't be tightened about people worrying that the spike in cases could cause a lockdown. I don't in fact, but I can announce that we will hit Plan B, which is really tightened now. Firstly, I will announce that working from home is possible. From Monday, it'd be possible it'd be working from home possible from Monday, which means leaving the office. But if you can work at office, we advise you to go to office if you can't be able to work. But secondly, it's a social distance rule. The 2 meter rule come back into force in the UK from Friday, which means we have to say 2 meters apart. Thirdly, masks will be compulsory in cinemas, theatres, bowling alleys, art galleries, museums, even libraries where possible. We've already said the masks and I want to thank people for following rules for wearing masks in shops and on transport because that can stop the spread of coronavirus cases. Fourthly, I will announce that for COVID-19 vaccine passports will come back into force in the UK because lots of people had double jabs and have been proved safe and recent lots of their tests is negative. Welcome to Pride. But nightclubs for cinemas for theatres and people will be urged to wear masks in cinemas and theatres unless they're eating, drinking, laughing, singing or clapping. Also, we will compulsory facts from football stadiums. You'll have to also have vaccine passports. From small stadiums, will be 1,000, for medium, will be 5,000, and for big stadiums, will be 10,000 compulsory. We're also engaging 5 music and entertainment venues for 5,000 10,000 for indoors and 5,000 outdoors, where possible, like for a festival for TV or for a music entertainment schedule. These vaccine passports will come into force in the next 2 weeks. We are still learning about this variant every day, and we can't stop the transmissible from hitting our NHS. So at this emergency time, I would like to ask everyone to follow the latest guidelines. The new restrictions I've announced will be put on uk.gov.uk/coronavirus. So go to UK government for all the latest restrictions tomorrow. Guys, I really don't want this to happen. But after the emergency time, I'm looking to feel the latest colours, wear masks where possible, and stay apart from loved ones. Enjoying Christmas. I come on to Christmas quickly. We are advising that people should not cancel Christmas gatherings, Christmas parties, or Christmas plans because we don't know yet whether a tier system will be happening. A tier system will come into us in North America next week, but I think we will announce a tier system. So please don't cancel any Christmas parties or Christmas plans. I'm now handing it to Professor Christmas. Thank you for my fellow both sides showing that conflict has been a doubling. The first slide shows that last week. The first slide shows that a total of 1,000 people had died in hospital due to the coronavirus, and 1,000 had died last week. The second slide shows that 90,000 people had test positive for COVID last week. The third one shows that 1,900 people have been double jabbed, and the fourth one shows that 900 people have 60.2 million have been boosted up. And I promise that I want to update the latest guidelines we are taking.
big on two fronts. Firstly, on the political front, because what's happened not just today, but with other events, including the issue about MPs having other jobs, is that essentially it's awakened or reawakened, in the case of some Conservative MPs, that sort of doubts. Those doubts they had about Boris Johnson. I think, yeah, fantastic campaigner, brilliant at winning elections, but is he really up to high office? Is he fit for high office? So there's a political problem, that idea of support waning amongst your own troops. And then there's what you might call the sort of popular problem, and that is that this seems to be like this kind of story that's through an awful lot of stuff that happens at Westminster.
Thank you, wait. So, touch your points. If I will just go through 2 quick slides and then we'll go to questions. The professor says that people, I liked Chris what he said that 60.2 billion people have been boosted, and of course